Welcome back to the Husky Highlight Show. I'm Lauren Lemieux, sports video producer for The Daily.
And I'm Taylor Soper, sports multimedia producer for The Daily.
We're here at Heck Edmondson Pavilion after the Huskies' 77-69 victory over the Arizona State Sun Devils. And with Cal defeating Oregon at home tonight, the Huskies are still tied for first place in the Pac-12. And let's get straight to tonight's highlights. T. Ross came out hot for the Huskies. He hit two back-to-back shots within the first minute of the game to get things started for the Dogs. He finished with 7 points in the first, but the UW got a scare with 6:29 left to play in the half when big man Aziz Ndiaye hurt his knee and went down. Luckily for Washington, after a little time with the trainers, he checked back into the game for the final minutes of the half. Darnell Gant and C.J. Wilcox both had 9 for the Huskies in the first, and the UW went into halftime with a comfortable 18-point lead over the Sun Devils at 44-26. The Huskies started off the second half with this steal by freshman guard Tony Roten, who passed it off to Ross for 2. Roten finished with 13 points and 6 steals for the Huskies, but it was Ross who led Washington in scoring for the night. He had 18 points and pulled down 5 boards. Abdul Gadi only had 3 points for the evening, but he managed to dish out 8 assists. With about 1:40 left to play, the subs went in for both ASU and UW. This included senior Brendan Scher, who always receives a warm welcome from Washington fans. The Huskies pulled out the win at 77-69 against the Sun Devils and are now 11-3 in Pac-12 play.
And so if you're a Husky fan, you've got to be pretty happy with C.J. Wilcox. He's finally back, healthy, and he had a really efficient game tonight.
Yeah, he had a great game tonight. He was the second leading scorer for the Huskies with 14 points, and he was also very aggressive. He even slammed one down with his left hand off a steal for the Dogs, and it's going to be crucial that he's healthy going into Pac-12 tournament play because it just gives the Huskies another scoring option, which makes it that much more difficult for the other defenders to stay on top of them.
Playing without CJ changes the dynamic of how you can approach offense.
And also it's important to have Aziz Ndiaye in there. You know, he came into the game with a bum wrist, banged his knee. It was kind of scary there when he went off the floor in the locker room. But he came back, thankfully, for the Huskies because if you don't have Aziz Ndiaye on this team's going to go nowhere in March. He provides that huge presence down low, and he's even developed that hook shot on offense with his back to the basket. And so he's going to be very, very important to have for the Huskies down the stretch here.
We need him. He's our anchor. I've said it time and time again. We need him in the middle, just being a presence. He's a force down low. And then when he's scoring with his back to the basket, that helps us a lot too.
Each game is really crucial at this point for the Huskies. They're tied with Cal for first place in the Pac-12, and it's important that they keep that spot to get a good tournament seed. They ended tonight with 18 turnovers. Taylor, what can they do to improve upon that in the future?
Yeah, they can't be making 18 turnovers every game from here on out, and especially not Tony Roten. You know, he had 4 turnovers in that first half. He was very careless with the ball. And he can't be making those crazy passes every single time. I mean, he'll get 1 3 every now and then, but if he's making one crazy good pass for 4 turnovers, that's just not going to be good for the Huskies.
We want to stay in first place. We can control our own destiny these last 5 games. Just got to come out and be able to each team. Each team's going to give us their best game. We just got to be prepared every time.
This Saturday, the Huskies will take on University of Arizona at 12 o'clock here at Heck Ed, and it's also senior night for players Darnell Gant and Brendan Scher. For Taylor, I'm Lauren. Thanks for watching.